Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to be talking about Microsoft and the potential that Microsoft goes and buys TikTok. Now, before I get stuck into the video, guys, we are pushing towards 3,000 subscribers on the channel. We might get there by the end of the week, so if you are not subscribed, there's about 50% of you guys that always watch my video and don't subscribe. Make sure you hit that red button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And as always, guys, if you smash the like button as well, that really helps the video in the YouTube algorithm, and it does bring in a lot more views to the channel and to the video itself. Now we're going to be talking about Microsoft, which is my biggest position in the stock market. I have my most money in Microsoft, and it's a company that I've been investing in for a really long time, and I actually don't really talk about Microsoft that much. Microsoft is like the good boy in my portfolio. It's the one that behaves itself really well. It's never out there getting itself into trouble. It kind of just goes doing its business in the background, bringing some dividends in. Share price just gradually goes up, and it's just a really well behaved stock. But here we are, it's actually making a few headlines right now. It's probably the most talked about story is the potential for Microsoft to go and buy TikTok. So I'll be talking about what benefits that would bring in for Microsoft, and also what fair valuation, in my opinion, it would be for Microsoft to go and purchase TikTok. So we'll get stuck into the video. So first of all, Microsoft has a lot of great growth sectors in the company already. And obviously in another edition of a social media play would be really good for Microsoft, another income stream, and I think this income stream would benefit Microsoft really well, and I'm sure they'll be able to develop TikTok, bringing into more revenue for the company. Now, first of all, the rumour is that TikTok, because it is managed by a Chinese company that is collecting data, makes the US, Donald Trump, a bit nervous, and they want to basically not have China controlling this much data from US citizens, and they want to ban it. And more than likely, if TikTok does not reach a deal with Microsoft or another company in the next 45 days, then it will get banned from the US. So it makes sense to obviously sell it on. Now, I'm going to say that this deal is still 50-50. I think it has as much chance as going through as it has as just, fizzling out. There's still a lot of details that need to happen with this deal to go through, in my opinion. And like I say, I will go through them. Now, the closest thing that Microsoft actually has to TikTok is that it bought LinkedIn. And LinkedIn basically is a social media site for professionals, people in certain industries to communicate with each other. And it actually bought LinkedIn for 27 billion. And then since then, LinkedIn has brought in decent revenue for Microsoft, and that's added up over the years. And basically, Microsoft have managed to do really well with LinkedIn, monetized it really well, and it's brought them the money back that they invested. So you look at what Microsoft did do with LinkedIn, and I'm sure they'll be very confident that they could do something very similar with TikTok. That is obviously in its early stages and is probably not as monetized as much as what it could be. And yeah, I think that Microsoft could turn this company into being a fantastic revenue income stream for them. Obviously, TikTok is a media platform where creators make media for TikTok, and obviously it's at its early stages, but it's one of the fastest growing apps right now with customers. And obviously with customers you can then monetize, and then obviously monetization is where everyone wants to go with a lot of these social media apps. Now, at the moment, trying to dig into TikTok is really hard because TikTok at the moment is obviously under a private company, so it doesn't need to report numbers as much. But the rumor going around is that in 2019 TikTok made revenue of 176 million. Now, that is with the user base growing and the monetization growing for it. I'm sure that in 2020 it will beat 2019 numbers. So we're probably looking at revenue in 2020 doing something around the mark of maybe 300-400 million, maybe even a little bit more than that. So it's obviously doing quite well on the revenue side of it. And at the moment, the company that owns TikTok is a company called ByteDance, which seems to be in a really healthy position as well. And it seems like investors do not want to let go of TikTok for cheap. And they put a 50 billion price target on TikTok's head right now. Now, the thing is that I've seen so far from Microsoft and from TikTok, which is the kind of worrying thing, is at the moment, they're only on about selling the platform for Microsoft to use it in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Now, I think the problem with that is that even though they're good big markets, I think it's a bit worrying when you've got one company managing a few countries' platform, and then you've got another company using, basically the same name in another couple of countries. And I feel like that's kind of like, I think you would want to own the whole name. As well as that, obviously you're missing out on some big markets like the United Kingdom, the growth in India as well. And I think, yeah, overall for me, I think the best sale is for Microsoft to buy all of TikTok, not only buy parts of TikTok. So I think that's where, if TikTok get away with only selling them, then I think they'll get the better side of the deal, or ByteDance sold them, they would get the better side of the deal. If Microsoft can buy all of the areas and just buy the whole brand TikTok, I think that's the better deal for Microsoft. So I hopefully that changes and they do buy the rights for TikTok in every single country. But like I say, at the moment, TikTok's getting valued by investors at ByteDance by 50 billion, and that's what they want for the TikTok platform. Now at the moment, Microsoft is sitting on 136 billion in cash, which is a very healthy amount, and if they needed to raise cash as well, I'm sure they could easily raise cash. At the moment, the share price is actually acting really positive to the news. In fact, the day that it was really hyped up about this, which was the Monday, the stock actually went up quite a bit. So it does seem like investors are very positive if Microsoft could get this and turn it around, which, like I said, I think they'll be able to with what they've done to LinkedIn previously. Now, with a valuation of 50 billion from ByteDance and with 136 billion cash from Microsoft, it could easily pay out this one in one lump sum if it really wanted to. But we got a question: is it worth 50 billion? Well, like I say, if it doesn't get all the whole TikTok platform, I think that's a bad deal, and it's definitely not worth 50 billion. I think it's questionable whether you even pay 25 billion for it, even half the price of that. So like I said, I think that you need to get all the platforms. When we consider that it made 176 million in 2019, that's going to take 96 years at 50 billion valuation to get Microsoft to get the money back. Now obviously it's going to be a lot shorter than that because you'll have a lot more users, you'll be able to monetize a lot more, but that's a very hefty price tag in my opinion. In my opinion, I would say that Microsoft have to get a deal where they get all the platforms, and I think they need to be looking in the 30 billion range. If they can get TikTok in the 30 billion range, I think Microsoft also has to take the risk on that what happens if TikTok goes out of trend. It's very easy for another competitor to come into this market and take a lot of customers away. But I think, looking at what Snapchat does at the moment, I think the potential to get revenue for TikTok into the billions is possible. I think it could get it easily into like the 2 billion, 3 billion revenue. Obviously then you're still talking 10 years, but hopefully it can build on from there as well, and hopefully push it higher up into the billions revenue, just like LinkedIn, where it's posting 7-8 billion revenue, and then the valuation doesn't look too bad. But for me, I think the right thing is for Microsoft to get every single country, get the whole brand, and then hopefully pay somewhere in the 30 billion range for it would be my ideal price for Microsoft to buy it. 40 would be meh. 40 would be meh. 50 billion for me is overpaying for it. I think 40 is a little bit too much. I think 30 is the right price for this platform. So we'll see what happens if Microsoft can get TikTok. And like I say, I think it will be a very good purchase for Microsoft and a very good deal for TikTok. So overall, those are my thoughts on Microsoft buying TikTok. Like I say, I think it could be a good move for Microsoft if it can buy it at the right price and make sure it gets the whole TikTok platform. And I think whenever you look at this and we start saying that, in my opinion, that 30 billion would be a very good purchase for Microsoft, especially because it's got the cash to pay it as well. I think it just takes you back to when Facebook was able to pick up Instagram for only 5 billion. And you look at what Instagram could do, it could potentially be the biggest platform out there in the social media in the next few years. And it's such a cheap valuation. So congrats to Facebook on that one. But I think, yeah, like I say, 30 billion would not be too bad if Microsoft can pick it up for that. But like I said, there's a 45-day time limit really set on this, so it will be fast news coming out all the time. But hopefully they can reach a deal and Microsoft gets the right valuation for TikTok platform. And that's the video today, guys, talking about this deal. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some information on it as well. And like I say, if you haven't subscribed, if you can like, that's absolutely amazing. And I'll see you in the next video.